Hi everyone, Mr. Silbaugh here, and this is the Unit 10 review. Alright, I'm going to break each part down because as you may notice in the course text, each section of the course text has a different section. And so I've broken down the sections that you need to know about and what questions come from those specific sections. So the first section is developing a business website. The two things you need to know for the quiz here. An effectively designed business website is going to have crisp, concise text. Remember, when you're developing a website for business, people are coming to your site to find things quickly and they want to get in, get out. And having crisp, concise text allows you to provide that, and that is one of the best practices for developing a business website. You also need to remember that a brand is a concept or a collection of symbols associated with a product, service, or person. Brands are important in websites because when you have a well-established brand, people are going to think of your company or your organization. Next is e-commerce consideration. There's two things you need to know from this section. E-commerce, the one question that you do need to know is what is electronic commerce or e-commerce? And that's the integration of communications, data management, and security capabilities designed to allow organizations and customers to exchange information about the sales of goods and services. All you really need to know is that's a long way of saying e-commerce is just selling stuff over the internet. Okay, that's all you need to know about that. The other thing, we talked about the different types of models. There's only one question about the different model types, and that's the business-to-business model. And that occurs, it's very simple. It occurs when a business sells products or services to another business. Now, for internet marketing and search engine optimization, that section, there is a lot of questions here. There's 5. First thing you need to know what demographics are. Demographics, it's a marketing practice that studies trends in particular population groups. That's easy to remember with demographics because demographics are usually different groups of people. Mindshare, this question will come back. It's on here twice. Mindshare is the effect of marketing efforts influencing a particular market or demographic. Remember, mindshare is whenever you start thinking of different things about that brand in your head. Aggregators are businesses that market and sell goods and services that it does not own or store. Remember, aggregators just kind of like promote it, but don't actually, and they act as a mediator between it, but they promote it and they don't own it. Okay, they work with other people and they can buy it and sell it that way. Search engine optimization is the practice of using technologies to increase a page's site ranking on a search engine. And trend analysis software is a great way to do on-site analytics. There are no questions about off-site analytics. Remember, off-site analytics are things that happen off the web page. These would be things that happen in real life. Okay, on-site analytics is things that happen behind the scenes with technology. You only need to know, it's the question we'll ask, which is the following is the type of on-site analytics, and you need to know that trend analysis software, that's something that is done on-site, is an example of on-site analytics. E-commerce payment technologies, there's only 2 questions in this section. You need to know that payment gateways are hardware or software-based systems that mediate between a merchant and an acquirer. If you think of a gateway as going through like a doorway in and out, that's the way that I remember it, because they are between a merchant and an acquirer. The next question you need to know about is certificate authorities. This is really easy. They issue digital certificates. If you just think about an authority as someone in charge, and a certificate, that's the license. That's really make the connection here of a certificate authority as someone that issues certificates. Working in a global environment, there's only one question here, and this is an easy one if you know it. Customs, they're a national department that are responsible for controlling items entering and leaving a country. Remember, we talked about in the text how customs is important. If you're working as an international business, you want to make sure that your items will be able to pass customs easily. Databases and web pages, there were 2 questions here. Web server applications, they're both questions are about web server applications. These are applications that receive information provided by a user on a form or from a web server or a database server. Um, that's all you need to know. Web server applications, that's information, they're receiving information from a form. Okay. And then you need to know the question that says what are the type, what are some of the examples? Perl, PHP, hypertext preprocessor, active servers, pages, and .NET. Those are all examples of web server applications. They give you the names of it, and you just have to say it's a web server application. Front end issues, there's 4 questions here. Mindshare, it's back. Marketing strategy used to establish name and brand recognition. It's asked twice, so just a heads up. You need to remember that portals are websites that act as centralized access points for other sites. I like to think of a portal as like an entry point, and so that's how I make the connection. Intranets and extranets are examples of vertical portals. Remember, vertical is up and down, horizontal goes across. The way that I like to think of the difference between a vertical portal and a horizontal portal is that verticals are narrow up and down. You don't go off into branches, and intranets and extranets are examples of vertical portals because you are just staying within that one area. Okay, vertical portals are specialized and they are just for one particular thing. Okay, whereas horizontal portals, they branch off. Okay, horizontal portals are websites that have multiple focuses, like search engines. Okay, but you only need to know about vertical portals, and you need to know that intranets and extranets are examples of vertical portals. Wikis are websites that allow visitors to collaborate in its construction. That's another thing that you need to know. Front end issues, now we got back end issues. There's 3 questions here. Database connectivity is a back end issue. You just need to know that. And then this was the one that I am concerned about because I know this is tricky. So you need to think of this very carefully. Open database connectivity, ODBC, and Java database connectivity, JDBC. You may remember we talked about these. They're both asked on the test, and you need to know the difference between the 2 of them. The best way to think of it is Java is open for everyone. Okay, Java is for all, which is Java database connectivity can be run on various systems and is used to update database files. Okay, Java is for all. Open database connectivity, ODBC, is Windows only. I find it kind of funny that open would mean that everyone could participate, but that's not the case. In this case, you need to think of open as closed, and it would be Windows, okay? Open database connectivity is for Windows, Java database connectivity is for all, okay? You just need to learn the difference between the 2 of them. All right, about the test. Okay, it's going to run exactly how it has for other units that we've done while digital learning. It'll open up 5 a.m. Wednesday morning. The password will be released as then. I'll probably email the password out the night before because I know I'm not going to be up at 5 a.m. But password will be released. It's 21 multiple choice questions. You have 30 minutes to take it. If you do run into any technical issues, you need to let me know so I can help you out. Email me. You can text me. Whatever you need to do to get a hold of me. But just if you do run into any technical issues, you will be allowed to retake it. That's not a problem. Just let me know. You're going to take it in our CIW website as always. If you do want to retake it, I am going to make it so there's only 1 attempt on the test. So if you do want to retake it, you need to email me, message me, and let me know. Okay? You need to get my approval before doing so. The reason why is because it must be completed by 5/22. The reason why we're getting to the end of the quarter, my grades are going to be due soon shortly. So my advice to you is to take this early, take it Wednesday or Thursday, and then if you need to retake, take it Friday. Because of the fact that you really need to make sure you're studying for this, because grades are going to be due for me rather quickly, probably either next week or the week after. So I want to make sure that you get the most accurate grade and the fairest grade possible, so you need to make sure you take this test on time. Okay, if you know you're not going to be able to do it on time, let me know so we can work something out. But other than that, just take it like we have, and you should be good to go. All right, some other notes for me about the test. Make sure you study. Like I said, this is the last test of the year for us, so make sure you make it count, okay? And like I said, make sure you get it done in a timely manner, because if you don't get it done at the time that I need it to be done, you may risk not getting a grade for this, and it will go on your report card, okay? Make sure you study. Make sure you study. The review game will be available on Monday morning. You have Monday and Tuesday to do the review game or do the learn mode, or both, and just make sure you study and prepare for it. All right, if you have questions, make sure you ask, okay?